session today. Volumes have been generally quite thin. A couple of reasons: we did see non-farm payrolls on Friday, and generally on the Monday after we do have some thin volumes. It's been very quiet in terms of economic data, and also market participants just waiting ahead for the FOMC rate decision, which is due tomorrow. In terms of today's session, US equity markets finishing flat to some minor positive territory. Basic materials, the worst performing sector today. That follows the Chinese data out over the weekend, showing a large trade deficit in China and just weighing on the basic materials and the risk assets in general. In terms of the fixed income space, we saw a 3-year note auction, which was generally quite impressive. Despite the firm bid to cover for the 3-year notes, they did tail at the auction by about 0.1 basis points, and overall pretty unimpressive. We also have the 10 and 30-year notes to follow during the rest of the week, so market participants, again, given the thin market conditions just being exacerbated in the fixed income space, which did see some selling pressure in the 10-year futures following the 3-year note auction. At the pit close, we finished up around 1 tick in what is generally been a muted session. Elsewhere in the forex space, the dollar index did trade at the end of the day down in some negative territory, has been oscillating around the 80 mark for the dollar index in the session today. Particular weakness seen in the commodity-linked currencies, also allied with the Chinese data over the weekend. Aussie dollar finishing around the 105.00 mark, which is a touted option expiry for the New York cut tomorrow, and not forgetting that the US markets are still operating an hour ahead, so there's something to be aware of for the European participants. As we a quick look to tomorrow's session, as noted, we have the FOMC rate decision, but also in the European session we have the ZEW survey, and in terms of US data, also looking out for the retail sales. Just a quick note for the rest of today's session, there is also the press conference expected from the Eurogroup, which has not hit the wires as yet, so we'll be keeping an eye out for any close eye on any comments arising from there. However, nothing too market moving is expected from that press conference. That's enough from me. Hope you've had a great trading day, and we'll join you bright and early tomorrow morning at the usual time on the RANsquawk desk. Thank you.